So yesterday I finished building Jimu, which is one of these really cool robots that you can get. And basically, to do it, it's pretty easy. You can use this app, and as you can see, if you use your fingers like this and you basically slide them on the screen, it gets smaller. And then if you do this, the opposite, it gets larger. It also allows you to spin around the model at 360 degrees, and you can basically zoom in on any part, which is really awesome. Um, I think that the company that made this did a really good job on that. What they didn't do the best job on was naming the parts. When you're looking at the parts while building it inside the different plastic bags, so on and so forth, they're not always named correctly, or they're named in ways that don't always match up. So you have to watch out for that. But usually you can kind of tell what the part is just by looking at it. Occasionally you'll find it kind of hard to figure out which wires, and you can see that. You can get a little bit closer in there. There's a lot of wires going on here, and they basically attach to different parts. Let me see if I can scroll back to where the wiring was being done. It was further back, but there, about here. Here you can actually see how some of the wires are connected to the different servos. All these black pieces that you see here are servos, and they have these wires that go in. And based on the instructions, it's pretty hard to tell which ones go where. But in general, after like building it, I noticed that the smaller ones or the shorter ones usually are used to connect the various bits. Like shorter ones are for the servos that are next to each other, and then you'll have the longer ones that will connect under here, as you can see, from there to the main servos. When you want to connect it to the basically the microcontroller, or the the main box, the brain basically of the robot, which is this huge bit here. So the longer wires will usually connect there because they need to reach the servos that are usually further out. But yeah, that's another thing to look into, and make sure that all the different parts, for instance these bits here, need to snap in correctly. If you don't hear the click, they're probably loose, and once the machine starts moving around, they'll just fall off, which you don't want. Also, something that the instructions do not explain is that the rotation of the different servos may not be positioned correctly once you turn the machine on. So that's something that even if you followed all the instructions correctly, you may run into, because there's no way of really checking if the servos are pointing in the right direction until you turn the machine on. And as you can see here, the on and off switch is positioned there. So, but yeah, there's a lot to this app, which is nice. It's not just about building it. There's controls that allow you to tell the robot what to do, like forward, back, side. There's some automated setups as well that allow you to make it like drink water or do a funny bottom shaking move or whatever. And this one as well. Of course, you can also use the famous block coding, I do not believe this has JavaScript integrated into it, but you can basically just code it by giving it sort of, it's kind of very visual. You just change different things and then connect these blocks together. So yeah, it's a little bit, I think, like Sketch. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot that the people from Jimu have done on here, which is good. But anyway, I hope you guys find this tutorial really helpful in building and troubleshooting your robots if you decide to get this model. And yeah, see you in the next video.